Wait. So excited, oh my god, guys.
Good morning, everyone. It's me, Bob again, here with the second live commentary. Today, we're talking about the Inferno update. I'd like to start this off, as always, by introducing me and everyone else in the stream. We're just going to state who we are.
He said the Inferno.
We're going to state who we are and what class we main. All right,
I think I'll go first.
I'm starting off. We're going to go down. Alright, so, yeah, as you know, it's me, Bob the Detective. I main spy. Julian, you're next.
Actually, hello. I'm first, so,
Well, look at that.
Okay, I'll go back. Yeah, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Julian. Nice to meet you. I main spy.
And Sagiri.
Hello, I am Deadfault. I main spy and I am really ashamed of myself.
Alright, Stabs. Stabs, you can introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Stabs. I really like streaming on Twitch and maining spy. It's really cool, guys.
Nice.
Are you laughing at me?
No.
Thalos,
okay.
Thalos, you're up, man.
Please turn me down. It's really loud.
Yeah.
Hello. I am Thalos Octavian. I main engineer and medic. So for this update, I will be pointing out things for the support classes the best I can.
Noob.
And
I'm also.
Oh, sorry.
Hello. I am Toxic. I main demo.
Okay.
That's all there is to
excuse
it.
me, if you're toxic, I don't know if you can be in here, man.
Thalos, could you finish?
Why?
Sorry for interrupting.
Because you're toxic. You know.
Yes.
That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
Is my mic better now?
Yes, it's all fine.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Be quiet.
Why didn't we do this, like, I don't know, before everything started? But hey, I'm just going to finish my bit. Yes, also, hello. I am come representing Mr. Paladin from his server, as I am the administrator from his moderator group and his Discord.
You better
okay, you know what? Can we go off topic and talk about Mr. Paladin?
How about for another stream?
This is not the Paladin.
I want to demolish Mr. Paladin right now.
This is not the Paladin Inferno update, sir. Sorry, that's next year.
Personal problems aside, we're gonna swap off to the Inferno page, the one that they've used for the countdown, where all the weapon changes were posted, and we're gonna just go through each and every weapon. I'll read off what the weapons are and what change they've gotten.
Wait, are we just gonna do every weapon, or are we gonna go over the ones that had major changes?
I mean, well, we'll see.
I just want to go for the ones that actually matter. That's the thing.
The ones that don't really matter, I'll just name them off, and you guys can say skip if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So, off of the multi-class weapons, we have the panic attack. Should we talk about that? Skip. Okay. Reserve shooter.
Skip.
Good
actually. It didn't there's not much to it. I mean, it got better, but
we're gonna skip the spy for now because I know you guys want to talk.
Oh
no! Best for last, man. Best for last. That's my.
Fine, understandable.
Okay. So for scout, we have the Sandman.
Okay, I want to talk.
I want to. Yeah. Okay. You go first.
Hello there, the Tech Reset. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I can say hi to people for you if you want. I have chat up.
Oh sure. Okay. Anyways, Sandman.
Okay, can I go first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sandman it was fun. It was good. It didn't needed to be nerfed whatsoever. And then they go and shaft it completely? What? There was the cleaver combo. That was the fun thing about it. And then they completely made it not even fun at all. It just slows people down now. That's all it does. It's not even fun.
Okay, so is that all you had to say?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you there. I don't think anybody complained about it. That's the thing as well. Like, I don't know anyone who hated the Sandman and Guillotine combination.
I know
That
I
was-
didn't.
That was the only purpose of using the Sandman, or you were new to the game and wanted to know what it was.
Exactly.
That's all it was for, really. I mean,
If I may, as a support class, the only time I could have seen that being an extreme game changer would have to be the fact that it's a 1-2 shot combo within a span of 5 seconds, or probably less if you're really reflexive. You could kill a medic and drop Uber almost instantly. They are trying to build the game more around the competitive scene, and to be fair, I can agree with that change. Even if the coming question later will arise for the engineer class, I'm sure you all know, when we're talking about that, I too will have to be forced to agree with it, because it makes sense. Being able to drop Uber instantly is just ridiculous, considering the Scout is one of the most mobile classes. All he has to do is angle it just right, pin time correctly, knock a medic into doing absolutely nothing, and cannot even defend himself, which is not really fun, which is why everyone complained about Air Blast in the first place. And then, by a snap of a finger, you are dead. You drop Uber. What can you really do?
But
Yeah,
then again, sorry, you go.
In my opinion, I think that it takes a lot more skill than just switching to a weapon and aiming at a target. But I believe it takes much more skill. And remember that the Scout, when he switches to the Guillotine and the Sandman, he is giving away his pistol, which has many potential, which has a lot of potential, and his other secondary melee weapons that can also be very helpful. So it kind of is a win-win, but it's also like I understand where you're coming from. One-shotting a medic just by throwing a ball at him and then a cleaver. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry, you go.
I can agree that it was a very fun combo to play. Even I, as not very skilled at the game, it is, but Scout alone, have had fun nailing people with the ball and whipping it. Like Sniper, for instance, is like the easiest, most hilarious target. Smoke them from a distance and just whip a guillotine, flip them the bird, and watch them hit dirt.
Okay, but so your point about dropping Uber instantly, I feel isn't really valid, because Sniper does that, Spy does that. It's just another way of doing it, and it's not even very efficient, because removing your pistol is huge. Pistol is just for huge pickoffs. As a person who knows the competitive scene currently because I'm playing in it, it's so huge not to have your pistol.
okay, is everyone done? I don't know if everyone's done or not.
I'm finished.
Okay. I don't have anything to add.
Well, I guess like the only downside is just perhaps if we could change the weapon. How about we move to that? I would have to say that the distance per hammer units for when it actually stuns and when it doesn't, they should rework it so that at probably the better ranges, the ones that are like a little more absurd and do require skill to land a ball, should fairly stun. However, being able to stun right up to your bare feet, like say you just knock them I don't know, I do not know the actual measurements, but let's just say if we can convert them mentally in meters/yards, meters, because I'm not an imperialistic dog, is because Canada rule. Anyways, as I said, so let's say if we can imagine 10 meters and you nail a ball in the head of the medic. He should either at 10 or 11 meters, he should be stunned. But let's say less than that, he should not be stunned, but instead have the effect we currently have where he shuffles around, because that would imply that you have to get closer to be able to apply the skill shot that is the guillotine, or instead of just being sniped from a distance, watch him stand still and just line up and fire. It should be more hot-footed of a tactic than it should be like a reward for just waiting in distance and just spamming down a hallway.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let's move on to the bonk atomic punch. Do you guys want to talk about that?
Skip.
Skip.
I'd say just one quick thing then. Honestly, it was an interesting change. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's just interesting. It doesn't really make much sense as it's not really in the competitive scene at all. But yeah.
I mean, I was kind of sometimes annoyed when a good scout would use it just to escape all of my attacks. Like, I'll get so pissed off at that one scout who would just deal a bunch of damage, kill like 2 people on my team, leave, I chase him, he activates the bonk, and then I die. That pissed me off so many times. Holy shit.
Well, that's honestly why it was such a good, well, I'm not saying nerf or a buff, but a rework of it. That means the more damage they take, the slower they become after they get out of it. So instead of being the absolute definition of a skunt, he basically either chooses to be like, haha, but if you're not fast enough and smart enough to get away, it's a ho no.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pretty Boy's pocket pistol.
I
love this new weapon.
You know
my god, I love it.
You know what? As scout, I don't feel forced to play like the regular pistol anymore because of this one. It's a very fair and valid combo. Like it replaced the Mad Milk for a personal use, so it's not team oriented, but it's good for sustaining yourself for survivability. So if you're a scout that's willing to, I don't know, pick on a heavy or not pick up a med kit, please praise Gabe, and the one day that scout doesn't steal that health kit at 99% HP on me.
I feel that as a like observer and a player, I feel that the Pretty Boys could actually replace pistol in standard competitive format because
I agree.
the health is huge and the minus 25% clip size. It doesn't really matter if you're landing all your shots anyway with the scattergun.
It rewards skill, and that's exactly how the weapon should be played. And as well as fair bit, they've attempted reworking the healing on that thing 3 times, and they finally got just the sweet spot. And I can appreciate the effort. Good job, Valve team.
Yeah. Okay, so Criticola.
Ooh, that thing. I'm going to speak up quickly as a support main. Fudge that thing. That thing basically rewarded a scout who was just averagely good at meat shotting with like mini crits. So as a medic or an engineer hauling my gear or carrying like charging an Uber, the fact that meat shot McScum Scout can just be like, well, I can just get a free boost in damage, can just walk in, murder, and leave. Any class that can't defend itself is completely obliterated, like sniper, engineer, other scouts who can't aim as well, and what was the last one? And heavies who are very slow and new.
That reminds me of the Diamondback, actually, because you get rewarded for something you should already be doing. I don't believe you should get rewards for that.
Diamondback is OP.
It's a really bad weapon. We're going to talk about that later, though.
Yeah, back on Criticola, though. It makes you more of a glass cannon. Don't you guys agree?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Movement speed buff was necessary. The fact that they can move even faster made it even harder for people who had basic play. So in pubs, it's a pub stomper. Even I used it because I thought, like, why wouldn't I? Just straight upgrade. Better than the pistol, because if I'm going to meet shot anyways, I'll just do more damage than the pistol and the shotgun together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. I haven't really played too much with it myself, so I don't really have an opinion on it. How about, I actually don't know much about the scout weapons. It's like one of my least played classes, but
yeah,
Julian's played a lot.
Anyways, I have played a lot.
How about the atomizer?
Oh, the atomizer, they killed it. 100%.
I can agree. I've seen scouts that like literally have the atomizer, but they don't know what the hell's going on anymore. It's like the only reason why some people even wear it is because they don't know that it doesn't affect when you have it not out.
Exactly. It was a decent weapon when it was passive, because the triple jump just for normal use was very nice due to the extra mobility, and TF2 is a game about mobility and shooting people, and it's so important. And to switch back to get that third jump, you're vulnerable for that second and you're dead. It's simple as that. It was a decent weapon, and they destroyed it.
It was like a counter for soldiers who knew how to time their shots. If the enemy had a good soldier, you would just equip the atomizer and you should just go at him. That's the power of the atomizer. At least used to be.
Yeah.
If I may, I currently see that the use of the atomizer is less of a combat role, but more of as a utility role to get to places that Scout is not usually capable of getting himself. For instance, if you equip the Winger, which, God, I don't know why, but we'll come back to that weapon later, but the ability to get higher and having that extra jump after you swap will still get you to ridiculous heights in places you normally won't go. I've seen its use only for getting up to the little spots to stand, as well as spots that are farther to reach for Scout than normal. Like, say, for instance,
that place on 2 Fort.
So, yeah.
You know how you can go for that one little hole in the hallway? Yeah, on there.
How about, for example, you all know Red 2 Fort towards the stairwell. Let me just describe this one more time. Towards the intelligence, there is a stairwell down. It's a straight one, not like the spiral. That's spiral. The straight stairs. There's a spot on the wall, right on the back. As soon as you walk in the room, if you hop up and stand on the details that look like a wall, you can actually stand on the wooden boards. I've seen Scouts hide there and wait for people to come through and pop a medic and just leave.
I didn't know that. Holy shit.
Yeah, yes. It was very good, but now it's broken. Now it's dead because no more good triple jump.
Well, you can still triple jump. I'm just saying that you can't use it in the midst of combat, but for like setting yourself up, it's very efficient. That's pretty much more of a utility than combat, though. It did lose its original purpose.
Exactly, and also just in a competitive scene, you don't want to be waiting. You want to be attacking. Unless you're defending and like, oh, you've like communicated to your team, I'm not going to be in this fight because I'm going to try and pick the medic. And unless you actually get the pick, you've just wasted a person, and you're just down a person for the next fight, and you might not have even killed the medic.
Well, I guess if anything could be said, it would be that everyone needs to find a new method to use it out of combat before you initiate combat. It's good for initiation, but it will not be good for sustained combat.
I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let's move on to the flying guillotine, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
If I suggest, wouldn't it be basically the same with the Sandman kind of deal? It's more like pretty much, if we want to describe it, it'd be baseline. It's a bleed weapon. It's good for if you land meat shots and you hit them in midst of combat, they'd run away. It's basically like a better version of the Boston Basher.
Ugh, yeah,
except range.
As a spy main, the flying guillotine is very annoying.
Well, I mean, how would you even get hit by it? I never got hit by it.
Scouts that can actually read you.
Good scouts. Yeah.
Hard reading, man. It's terrifying if a scout knows how to do it. He can sweep up a spy anytime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I find it so troubling just clicking away from scouts because they just have this, I don't know, this ingrained sense of where the spy is.
Yeah, they do. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's also partially due they can just bump you, and then once they do, it's like slow shit-eating grand, guillotine out, smack you, and then you can't cloak anymore, and you're pretty much dead at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the Mad Milk.
Oh yeah, Mad Milk. I like how even if you dead Rainer, it still affects on.
I know.
Man, you know how hard it is to get milk out of a nice suit?
Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to Soldier with the base jumper.
Bob, I just got the joke in your title. I hate this. One Inferno of an update. Oh my god.
Oh, what? It was a late night thing. We're talking about the Soldier base jumper right now. Skip or stay?
I say
I can talk about it for like a tiny bit. Base jumper. That's a huge nerf, and it really only affects good players, and that's all about it. Have you seen? If you've seen, someone did a video on it, and I can't remember who, but it was literally just good players can't hit good players using the base jumper.
That was Uncle Dane.
Yeah, exactly. That was Uncle Dane, and it was a very good video and explained it very well. It wasn't a needed nerf. Anyway, that's all I want to say.
I would like to just point out that honestly, it's a crutch to mid-skill level. If you keep using it, you'll never get farther ahead because you will rely on its ability to help alter.
Exactly.
But on another weapon, the man treads will then explain new changes that will actually help the soldier with that weapon. Its changes actually replace that of the parachute, and for the better for soldier.
Well, I can only see it being a crutch when you're running Market Gardener.
That's what I mean.
Training wheels for a Market Gardener.
And for the airstrike, because a combo is pretty dumb, considering a decent sniper can just literally 150 you in just the second you float for a couple seconds.
Yeah,
then it's just a body shot or a cratering ahead, and you're done. Out of the mission, out of commission, man.
Yeah, I mean, plus the preemptive rocket jump damage is gonna get you low enough, so it's basically a one-shot kill.
Especially as you're not using the gunboats anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
The whole point of the airstrike is not to engage with the intent of losing all your collective.
Secondary, yeah.
It's all the collective kills because you get bonus rockets for. But that's a different weapon. It's on its own.
Okay, so onto the man treads.
That's
that was quick.
Skip. I
Skip.
don't know. I don't really care.
I have a quick comment or two, but whoever else.
Go ahead.
I would say that I appreciate the no knockback upgrade for Soldier. Honestly, it might help be a lot more fun to play Soldier, despite it being relatively easy in my opinion. But that's just years of playing TF2 and understanding Splash. But also the fact that you have more air control will actually help soldiers have a reasonable side-up instead of the backpack to learning how to rocket jump and how to increase their mobility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not lie. When you see all you see in the kill feed is man treads, you have to know either that soldier intended to it or there is some dumb spy in a corner. It just got a bad moment.
Yeah. Kyle Mangler 5000. Oh man. It just got mini crits basically for regular.
That's that's not much. I can skip.
Righteous.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Righteous Bison, who all likes that, it got back to its original.
Well,
form.
I never play Soldier, so.
Wait,
Righteous Bison is stupid. Skip.
Yeah, skip.
Okay.
Like that's a meme
Skip.
weapon.
Now we're on to
Memes.
Sniper, guys.
Ooh, wow.
Darwin's Danger Shield. I feel like
Oh.
this was a really good change, mainly because it counters pyros.
I agree.
Yeah.
It is
Very good shit.
when I saw that change, my first impression was like, so I'm not forced to choose whatever dickbag McGibbous face over there picks to fight me immediately because he saw one sniper video that said always use it. Now it's actually a test of skills, not who put on the Darwins first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. I completely agree with both of the sniper weapon changes, I've got to admit. The Darwins is it's actually like really perfect now, in my opinion, because it makes things actually fun to play against another sniper rather than having to slightly charge a headshot then move out just to kill him.
Yeah, and as a secondary sniper main, I'm not afraid to bushwhack like Gerardian bushwhack of pyros anymore without fearing death. It's like, come at me, bro. We'll see who kills the other first.
Whoever thought. Oh, sorry. Continue.
And then I'll, if I do get him, I'll be able to live it out, not die. Anyways, Thalas. Thalas. Okay.
Hold on, sorry, the button wasn't working for me. I have to say, as someone who originally played Team Fortress 2 and mained both Spy and Sniper before changing to support, the fact that being picked off, or not really picked, but like even smidgenly burnt, and the afterburns effect, which have been affected in Jungle Inferno update, just literally made me useless. As soon as my screen was like pick it, like up and down, every tick of damage, I was absolutely just annoyed and just, what the hell? Now there's a way of dealing with afterburn, and being a sniper, it means that the pyro is going to have to either A, dedicate, or a scout's going to have to start playing up his game, or the other sniper, for instance, or someone else entirely, instead of being just scorch shot and, well, whatever, I'll come back in the next 5 seconds and do that again.
Yeah. Well, how about the Razorback? Ooh.
I like how it regens.
I like how you can't overheal with it now. That's the only thing I like about it.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's actually for competitive play. That is so important. That is like huge. If you have the Razorback, you now are making a choice to be picked by the sniper rather than by the spy. So you need to be better, and that's it. And that's what it should be. You need to be better, and that's what it is. That's what competitive is all about.
If I
think it's also the way that you need to think about the other team. So if they have a good spy, you're probably gonna pick the Razorback. If they have a good sniper, you're probably gonna pick something else. But if they both are good, if it's in a competitive scene like maybe Highlander, then you're screwed. Then really it makes you choose a crucial decision: equip or not to equip.
You see, if I may interject, as the medic who would be playing competitive and healing the sniper, literally he'd be self-sufficient at that point. Like, at the initial meetup would be me constantly healing him and the heavy. So the heavy can tank damage. Everyone else just plays piddle, like poke around and shit like that. But it's primarily the heavy and sniper. And once the other sniper's dead, I literally stop healing him and just start literally buffing the whole team. Because the sniper's like, what? He's not going to get backstabbed by a spy, and no spy is dumb enough to gun spy, because as soon as a soldier spots you, you're roamer food.
Uncle Dane made a good point on how it's, instead of counteracting 2 of the sniper's counters, the weapon only counters 1 of them. So you can no longer counter both sniper and spy.
Yeah,
yep.
That's what I meant
also. And the recharge is actually fair, because honestly, once it was broken, which like any spy could do, you could just literally backstab Cloak and just like, if he's smart and strafes and hops when a rocket or splash comes for him, he's just gone straight up. And now that sniper's got to worry about his Razorback being gone. Now it comes down to spy actually paying attention and trying to figure out a play to counter after it's gone. So it's a battle of wits right after the first stab of the Razorback, which I can give credit to.
Yeah, and you got 30 seconds to do it too, so it gives a bit of.
Because before you had to go to your spawn just to refill it, so it was kind of bullshit.
Basically, it was a backstab once it broke, because like you just lost your secondary. What's the whole point now at this rate?
And you gotta get the choice, like, should I go get it instantly or wait the 30 seconds and survive? Will I be able to hold off the spy long enough?
And the thing is, with that mindset, the spy has a better chance of not just seeing them leave, covering all their corners with their melee and ready to go. Instead, the sniper will probably be like, I have to snipe. So the opportunity is still there.
I agree.
Okay, so we're moving on to the medic, if you guys will.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So, how about the Vitasaw, guys?
I'll speak first. I'll speak last on this.
In my opinion, Vitasaw would be the secondary of choice if it didn't have to melee, and that's the problem with it, and that's why Ubersaw will always be primary. That's why Ubersaw will always be the first choice, because having to melee means you're dead, and it's not what you want at all. I mean, the Vitasaw, maybe you can get like keep a nice 15% Uber charge, but it's not consistent, and it's not going to be always 100% efficient, and I can never see it making serious play.
Yeah. I gotta give my opinion, because I've been in this situation many times, and that is, sometimes when I have the Ubersaw, I just kind of wish that I had the Vitasaw. Like, in the last moments, like, my heavy died, and 2 soldiers are coming for me, and I stabbed them once with my Ubersaw, and I'm like, shit, this is not the Vitasaw, now I'm dead. There's no going back. And I think that the change is okay. I just think it needs a little bit more upgrade to be a viable choice.
Maybe a speed boost, just a very small one. So you can get in, get a few hits, and maybe even get out.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that working.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be a very good change. I feel actually.
Yeah. Crusaders.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. That's right, Thalos. You had your point. Go on.
Yes. Okay. As I would say, you guys, I have an agreement with you. A medic going into combat for melee is risky business because you either A, have at least more than 25% Uber, which is a detriment considering how much time it takes for 25%, or B, as the prior fella has spoken, there are moments where you're like, well, balls to the wall. If I can preserve, I can preserve. But that's the thing, though. Anyone who's really intent on killing medic would do so with efficiency. And even if it's the Vitasaw, at most, say one direct rocket and you're flying up above the soldier, one melee the moment the rocket hit, and you're above him and you have enough range for whatever crazy ass hit reg we have, you hit him a second time, it's 30% Uber. It is a very valid point. But, much like the Uber Saw, is very situational. Consider this situation. You are a medic. Your pocket is dead, as described earlier, and you run over in melee. Like the first person was like, "Oh, I have the Uber Saw." Therefore, the Uber Saw is the original statement from before. Yes, you can hit and build Uber. The situation that arises is either you have enough for one hit to equal an Uber, which means you could pop instead of drop, and then pick the nearest person. Because usually if you have your pocket, you have a combo near you. That's the thing. So it's not like you're out of commission. But if you know your enemy is destroying you and you can still land a few melee hits, the Vita Saw would be a better alternative to the Uber Saw, considering that you could still preserve your Uber charge if you know you're going to drop anyways.
Yeah.
Its utility. And the suggestion for movement speed would be a good idea. But the one class that has like the hardest time catching a medic, and I'm sure all you spy mains who are major in this currently, remember that you could never really catch up to a medic. And adding a speed boost would imply that spy would have to either A, revert to revolver, or get meleeed in the face by a medic for an additional 15% Uber saved. So I think a speed boost, as much as a fun idea it is as a medic would be, would actually cause detriment to the spy class being able to use his kit fully.
Yeah. Okay, so
that is my take.
Are we all good with the Vitasaw?
Vitasaw is actually, yes, I am actually good with it. Its original change stat was broken as shit. It literally required you just to wear it to have 20% Uber. Working for it is fair.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I need to do something in real life, so I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, goodbye.
Take care.
Okay, so onto the Crusader's crossbow.
Ooh.
I love this weapon as a medic. Like, medic's my third main. If I were to just go down the list, I play medic a lot too. It's so fun.
This is a fine change. I completely. I mean, the Uber. I feel the Uber gain from this is not that significant. I mean, like it's enough to be like sort of changing, but it's not going to change the fact that the Crusader's crossbow will always be the best medic syringe gun. It will always be the competitive one, unless they completely remove the heal teammates effect. Which, if they did, I would be shocked.
I would kill myself.
Other than that, it's the best. It's the best syringe gun. It's always going to be the best syringe gun. You can't change that. So I feel there's not really much to talk about.
What? I thought it was the overdose that was the better medigun.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Did you just say minigun?
Medigun.
You know what? Speaking of minigun, we're moving on to the heavy here. He didn't get too much from the update, but
hold on.
What the fuck? Skip that.
Anyway, I'd still would.
I'm sorry.
Okay, are you okay, Toxic? Okay, I'm just gonna mute. I want to mute him for. I can't even server mute.
Hold on.
Move him.
There we go.
I'm an admin. I can't even server mute.
Anyways, as I was gonna say, I wanted to have my quick input on the Crusader's crossbow change as actually a main of that class full on, if you don't mind.
Okay.
The Crusader crossbow upgrade is actually a positive for reinforcing the intent that you have to learn to hit your crossbow bolt. Just because of stats, it's great doesn't mean it's great if you can't hit the bloody thing. It isn't ridiculous in the sense that from what a little amount of health you can get, you had originally a stat base of amount of uber you got per. Being able to have it so that if you heal, say for instance, you all know that the max range increases the damage, ironically opposite of most projectiles. The farther it goes, the more it does. So originally, if say you are 520 hammer units or whatever ridiculous, like I don't know, 30 feet away, and you nail someone like a scout who's flippity floppy in the air, and you just get him full health, you got a general almost 8% uber, and that was kind of ridiculous considering how much such a small health pool scout has. And you get even more for heavy, almost 9 to 10. Now it's consistent. Now it is actually based on hammer units in range, as well as who's the health pool you're healing. So instead of being able to swap and just straight up get more and forcing people just to spam the Crusader's crossbow, it's now just as efficient as to shoot a bolt and swap back to medigun.
Yeah.
So long gone are the days of the one medic who said, well, it's statistically better to just spam the Crusader's crossbow and get uber faster this way.
Mm-hmm. Right. So with that said, let's go on with the heavy. How about the Gru? Loves is running urgently.
Okay, this is a perfectly good. This is a perfect change. This is a perfect change, and I cannot argue with it whatsoever. Anyone else want to put on that?
No, I don't. I'd rather skip these out. I don't play heavy ever.
Who mains heavy? No one here.
No one mains heavy, but this is the perfect change.
Well, I have a friend who mains heavy, so
he's not real then.
On the Discord server. Anyway,
they don't exist. But if I could say, glitches aside, when they made the change initially, it made so much sense. Like usually, the small mini crits would mean diddly squat when overhealed. Now,
exactly,
you don't have the health pool anymore. Mm-hmm. So high risk, high reward strategy, and I can appreciate that. So long gone are the heavies that zoomy scoot in, whip out their business, and just fat scout you like some kind of brick shit wall coming at full speed.
Okay, so eviction notice. How about that?
I don't care. Skip.
Yeah, skip.
Yeah,
Fist of Steel. Skip.
Skip.
It's a half. It's a half Gru.
Just skip the Fist of Steel as well.
Okay. Well, let's go on to engineer. There's a second banana.
Well, no, let's talk about second banana. Well, I want to talk about second.
That's
banana.
For the new weapons that got added on. We're gonna do that after the
balanced
weapons.
Okay.
Rescue Ranger for the engineer, though. If you guys will, I want to put in something with this. I really wish that they made the projectiles like the Crusader's crossbow, where the engineer could do more damage longer range, but not as much shorter range. But it's kind of the opposite. Anyway, so
okay.
I believe that's the way it should be, actually, because you're aiming farther away, meaning that you actually have to kind of predict where they're going. Because you don't instantly shoot with it, that you have to predict. So, I mean, yeah, they should do more damage further away.
If anyone else has anything to say, I would like to pick last for commenting on it.
Okay, Rescue Ranger is now, I feel it's there. It's going to be the meta, I feel. There's really not much, unless, except for, Highlander, not control point play, where mini sentries are going to be, obviously, the top choice. The Rescue Ranger is just one of the perfect guns, because it heals your buildings, not just your wrench. And it heals them really well. And for a very small downside, as well as being able to teleport your buildings away if you need to, when they're about to be destroyed. And also with the setup period, how it doubles it doubles building speed effectively. That's huge. That's so big.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can go.
Fantastic. Oh, sorry, is anyone else?
No, I'm fine.
Alrighty then. As an engineer main, my primary, secondary, only to medic in a sense. The Rescue Ranger is just in the right spot. It does not need to be changed any further because it's not designed to be for combat. It's designed for supportive play. Now, the idea of having more damage, like the Crusader's crossbow, per range of hammer units is actually not that great of an idea because it would force new players, like engineers, to be like, well, what's the Crusader crossbow of the engineer? Why don't I just use that? And then you have battle who walk away from their sentries, or God forbid, they start trying to heal the minis. And
wow.
That's just potato stupid, and I've seen it. I've seen it as a tactic. Some people who literally wrangle Mini Sentry and Rescue Ranger, and I'm like, why are you trying to Rescue Ranger your mini? You could build a new one after it dies. But
I use Widowmaker when having mini sentries out.
that's the thing, though. The Widowmaker can generate more ammunition for more deployables, more damage consistently. I'm talking about someone who builds a mini, pulls out his Wrangler, and just like hops left and right constantly, poking people with a very terrible aim.
I don't see the point to that. If
New
you're
player
gonna do
tactic.
that, just play NG, like regular NG. Don't play
Exactly.
attack NG.
That's why.
It's kind of redundant.
That's why I said the Rescue Ranger should not have any damage increase. It's fine the way it is for that. It's meant only to support and play as a utility role.
Yeah.
But the 15 metal, I will have to say, it encourages actual resource management, which is what an engineer should do. Not just, oh no, I stopped swinging because I'm out of metal. Might as well just get infinite health now for the next 4 shots.
By the way, Thalos, I cannot appreciate your profile picture. And I cannot appreciate it enough.
I didn't ask you to appreciate it, but let's continue on.
It's godly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Demo man.
So,
right.
On to Demo Man. We have to clade him more.
I don't care, Skip.
And I don't play demo.
I do. I play demo, but Kaleidamore changes so small, no one cares. Skip.
I played Demo Knight as a sub class, so I'll just comment very, very quickly. It's back to its original stats, and now that it is, everyone's gonna go back to the old classic roaring Demo Knight, where he just keeps going and going and going.
Well, I mean,
Energizer Demo, as it's called.
Yep. Well, I mean, the update was 4 months ago, so I don't know what you mean by everyone's gonna go back to it.
Well, anyone who really played Demo Knight and knew what its capabilities were, it's back to its old stats. And honestly, longer charge range, and every hit is more recharge for charging. So charge, and charge. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, with that said, let's go on to the class that we've slightly been all waiting for. Other than the Spy, we have the Pyro. Now, we're not going to talk about the new weapons just yet. We're going to talk about flamethrowers and air blast and afterburn mechanics. So let's start with flamethrowers. They had the better visual sync and they're more consistent. That's literally what they put in the new particles.
I completely agree with that. It needed to be consistent, and it wasn't. And
it was so broken.
It was very broken.
Who had invisible flames through the start of the update?
I did.
You guys? It happened.
Because it was inconsistent, like maybe now and then, but once a couple patches came through, I think they just fixed the general issue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, when I first got the Dragon's Fury, I thought it was so cool, but I couldn't see the particles. I could only see the light coming out of it. So it was an interesting wild ride.
Maybe you should have had a mod that made it so every time one came out, you just hear Hadouken, so you would expect a fireball at least.
Stop.
Okay. So let's go on to Afterburn. How about
I don't really have anything to add.
I think that was really necessary.
Okay. Afterburn was really necessary, but the damage output is just so big right now, and I feel it's a bit broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Julian and I tested this in MGE. I was just a normal health Spy, and Julian puffed me with just a little bit of flame. Took me down to basically 34 HP.
Yeah, it's broken. It's stupid. I didn't even use one ammo. Yeah. And that was on the degreaser. That was the weapon that does the least damage with fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You do know that it accumulates into one spot, so all the damage stacks. So standing in one spot is actually lethal. And it's more clever. It's actually smarter to run towards a pyro than away from him, because all the fire, when it goes out, it starts slowing down and stopping in a spot. So you end up taking more damage backing away.
Yeah. I can know from being a spy, it's so hard to run away from pyros. Even if you have the speed boost of a Dead Rainer, the flames just catch up to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, I usually can run away from them, like, unless they're competent. Like, I'll usually be able to strafe away from them. Yeah, I'll talk about that later with Spy.
Yeah. So, let's go on to Air Blast. Oh, jeez. Air Blast is just slightly broken. Have you seen, who is that guy?
Talking about how if a pyro is facing like straight up in the air or in the ground, you can get air blasted from the sides, as well as like if he's facing straight down and air blasting, you can get knocked upwards.
Yeah.
Even though he's not even facing you.
Video on that.
I don't want to ever endorse that guy in a vocalization.
Yeah, I don't like Delphi.
I could suggest we just do not talk about that.
Yeah, sure.
Being.
But Air Blast, slightly broken now. You can air blast people. You could air blast people from behind.
Yep. Ridiculous. Redonkulous.
Yeah, so like imagine trying to be a spy and then trying to stab the pyro, and then you just
No.
Well, sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was just going to quickly say, even though we can get air blasted from pretty much any angle of pyro now, at least we have a little more control. I've noticed it. It's not a lot, but it's better than just like, well, I guess this is my fate now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree about that. Pyro just in general, I feel, is more consistent, and that's what he needed. It's just all around. Besides the new weapons, he's consistent. So there's that, in my opinion.
Okay, so with that all set aside, let's talk
Are we-
about
are
the
we finally
spy
here?
now.
Yes! Finally!
I'm scrolling up.
If I
want to go first on this.
Hold on.
I've been
We're
waiting
going
this
off
whole
of each
time.
weapon.
Oh
How about
my god.
the ambassador?
Okay,
Oof.
I'm going first on this. I've been waiting since like last night for this, okay?
Yeah.
Here we go. So it was an unneeded nerf. It's awful now. You can't use it in competitive, nor can you use it in pubs. It's unusable. And nobody I don't think anybody complained about it. That's the thing. Like, I haven't heard anybody who's complained about the ambassador and its range. Because, I mean, only 2 people could really, like, headshot with it. Well, that's like an understatement, but no one was really that good with the ambassador unless a few like pro spy mains. But I don't see why they nerfed it.
Okay, I've got to say, it's not dead. It's not dead. It is not viable and competitive, but it's not dead. It's a good pub weapon because people aren't good in pubs. Because if you're better, you can hit your headshots. It is very. Personally, if you can't hit a WM1 pyro when you're backpedaling and they're coming right at you straight on, you gotta come on, man. It's a 2-shot, and you might want to take it. It's very good.
Well, I mean, sorry, go.
Sorry, it's okay. But in all other aspects, this nerf was not needed at all. Not at all. Never. And it was so stupid, and it was not deserved in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, so in pubs, I mean, you still have the messed up range, because at some point it'll do 54, 38,
18. Yeah.
18. No, 18's a body shot.
8, yeah, but no, even when you hit a headshot at a certain range, it'll count as an 18 body shot. So it gets, the damage fall off is incredibly bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't use the ambassador too much, and then when the update came out, I was like, oh, well, I mean, like, what's the point of this thing now?
Yeah, personally, as a stock revolver spy, it's like It's good practice for nice headshotting. It just helps with skill, helps with sniper, I guess. But really, it wasn't needed, and that's my opinion. That's my 2 cents.
So you use a revolver.
I use stock revolver.
Did you use it before? Like,
yes,
okay, so,
I did.
I was on last night. Oh no, that was a different guy. Never mind. Wait, I'm just looking at something right now. Wait, you guys can continue.
Well, okay. as a support main, my
oh god,
ambassador, I have as an engineer not getting sniped out of my nest from one little cheeky fuck poking between 2 crates with a stupid ass spot.
But you realize that takes skill. You've got a tiny head. You're a medic. It's so small.
Hey,
it's so hard.
If I must say, the range for hitting my buildings is a pretty small back and forth. It's only good at the same time, probably poke.
You know that the spy is also considered support, right?
Yes.
So I mean,
I'm 2 out of the 4. Look, man, I play that. It's fine.
Well, doesn't make sense.
If I may, guys, the Diamondback can still snipe.
Okay, you know, I want to talk about the Diamondback.
You know what?
Diamondback is a crutch.
You know, we're not talking about the Diamondback. It's a stupid weapon which is broken. It's a broken weapon.
It shouldn't exist.
I never finished, though.
Yeah, sorry. Let's let him finish.
Yes. Now, as the class, I play medic and engineer. The only time I've ever really experienced being sniped violently would be as an engineer in my nest for some reason. As a medic, surprisingly, as stated, it takes a lot of skill for a sniper. Sorry, not sniper. I mean a spy to get me. So it's not that bad. And the nerf, I agree, it's not necessary. They at least could have reworked it so it's more viable at an even medium to long range instead of just completely killing it long range.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But let's not lie here. There are a lot. If I recall, the ambassador was 2 things for types of people who can hit and people who I could literally walk up to with my Uber saw and murder for free Uber. So maybe in some small tiny way, this murder, I would assume, has actually made it so I don't see none of those dumb gun spies who can't hit even a body shot and giving me free 75%.
You're still gonna see those dumb gun spies. They're new players. That's what dumb gun spies are. They're people who think, okay, it might not be so rangy and got sniping capabilities, but it's still got a headshot. How cool is that? It's not going to remove them.
I think the only people who really use the ambient are new players who just got it and don't know what it is.
It's true. It is a reward achievement item, so pretty much like anyone else, except for Crits Greg, because God bless that thing.
You know, I just recently got the Australian ambassador from Bub. I use it, but it's hard to use.
Can I have it? I mean, I'll use it.
Yeah, but I said I use it.
Okay.
It's just in, everyone. We have an ambassador to give away now.
I suggest a total revert, like the righteous bison. Just do that with the ambassador, please.
Yeah, well, I don't think just like. I think in the next update, I'm hoping one day that they push it back.
Yeah,
it's a good gun, but it just is underappreciated now. Well, like not underappreciated, but it's awful now. That's all I can say.
It's okay. It's the Razorback killer. Can we just agree?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, then again, every spy gun is so.
Actually,
except Electron J.
It'd be a lot more efficient to use just the stock revolver at that point, because at least it's a lot more consistent. If you miss a headshot, then wow.
If you're missing a headshot on a standing sniper, are you even a real spy main? I mean, like, that's my question.
I mean, plus the Enforcer is literally the same except for the 2 body shots. And
yeah, but Enforcer, Enforcer is, in my opinion, it's not viable.
Yeah, but just comparing the two, in that aspect, they're literally the same, except the Enforcer.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
fine.
only use it if I'm trying to take out some buildings. I'll use it, but besides that, I don't care about it.
Honestly, if we're all pointing it out here, currently the ambassador is now, in the worst sense, a glorified enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah.
Considering that the only difference is that you have to just disguise yourself and shoot a body instead of having just headshotting to get like the burst two shot burst for low health classes.
Okay, I see that.
So, are we good with Ambassador?
Yeah, I have nothing more.
Well, let's move on to the Dead Ringer. Oh man.
Stop! Okay. Can I go first, please?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I love this weapon with a passion. Okay. The Dead Ringer.
I don't think it's a weapon.
Well, shut up.
It is considered a weapon.
Well, I think it's more of a cloak.
Okay, Julian, go.
Cloak.
Okay. Dead Ringer.
Sorry, continue.
The Dead Ringer is dead. The Dead Ringer is dead. It's no longer a ringer. It's just dead.
No, it's pretty good actually.
Is it really dead?
It's not.
Let me explain why it's still viable. Okay. So you could still use it. You just can't use ammo packs. Here, it was a crutch before because of that. It's now balanced.
It's not. No, it was not a crutch. All you have to do is follow him. Remove the speed boost because the speed boost is stupid. The speed boost is stupid, and all it needed was simply for the for the same. I'm fine with removing all of the actual like buffs it gets, as in it takes like 90% less damage. Like takes 60% less damage. I don't care. It's just the ammo recharge is so important to this weapon. You can't do fun. You literally get one stab, then you get out, and then you come back in like 30 seconds. It's not. In my opinion, it's not viable whatsoever anymore.
Okay. I mean, the reason they did this is to make the spy more predictable. So if you remove the speed buff, that would make him more predictable, and so I actually think that would be a good trade-off.
Valis, I like your little analogy on how the decloak sounds.
The decloak. I shall say it myself. The decloak sound to me for the Dead Ringer as an engineer medic rain was similar to a screaming eagle being crushed by a steamroller. So obvious.
Exactly. It's so obvious. It doesn't need. Sorry.
To compensate for the for you not being able to use ammo crates, now you should be able to like get rid of that decloak sound and just have Invis watch sound.
Exactly.
That would be a good compensation for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They've got to buff this somehow. Just to trade off for the hardener if they gave it.
Also, I don't believe it was a crutch before. I have mixed opinions. It was in between because on one hand you would have to decloak and like have a loud sound that basically everyone who's in a 5-mile radius can hear you. And you would have to decloak, and you would be risked to be seen by anyone or to get like ammo packs for cloak. But on the other hand, like you could use ammo packs for cloak when you would fake your death. So that's more or less what it did.
Exactly.
It was mixed.
Personally, if it's not got the ammo recharge for me, it's not good. The only loadout which it is good with is the gotta go fast, which is the L'Étranger, Big Earner, and Dead Ringer. And that is so fun. That is such a fun loadout. It is and then that's where the Dead Ringer shines. Any other way, it's not gonna work at all.
It's pretty good for I use the Wangaprick instead of the Eternal Reward, but it's good with Wangaprick, Ambassador, and Dead Ringer. I do use the Ambassador occasionally because.
Wait, you use the Dead Ringer with the? Oh, you are ballsy, my friend. Using the Wangaprick with the Dead Ringer.
Yeah.
That's crazy. My God.
It's not that hard.
I mean, that's one of the worst loadouts you could get. But
What? I do really well with it, so I don't.
no,
know
I don't.
You know,
I don't doubt it.
Bob. You
What?
saw my newest video, right?
Yes.
Bob saw my newest video. Did I do well with that loadout?
You did well with the longer prick, yes.
You know, here I'm gonna post the link to the video.
Oh,
Okay,
hey, sir.
this is the video. That's the video if you want to see it.
Oh, sir.
No,
Yeah.
I just feel as. Oh, sorry.
You got this idle Oh no, I'm messing with coins right now. I'm just fumbling with them.
Man.
Okay. Serbiax here. What up, Serbs?
Oh,
I
okay, here, I'll
just
put it
got.
down.
I made myself some peach tea for the first.
Very
time.
nice.
Hey, can I have some?
Yeah, it's very strong, so yes, you can.
Put it through your mic, okay? Thank you.
Now, I couldn't tell. Did we like finish up with the Dead Ringer? Because
Yeah, I think we.
Unless
done everything
Serbiac
we
has
can.
anything to say about the Dead Ringer.
The Dead Ringer is perfectly balanced.
Stop. Leave.
It's
Pick him
not.
now.
It's not
Pick him
perfectly
now.
balanced now. Okay,
this is the
take it-
place.
You know, we
Full
went over
opinion.
this. You can watch this in post. Okay, just
Okay.
watch this afterwards.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to say this is a place of equal opinions, but if I could just, the Dead Ringer having completely the metal cut off or any pickup is a bit extreme. I would have to
Thank
say,
you.
if it were to balance it, considering the public's view, it would make it so that it cannot collect from a it cannot collect shards from a dispenser,
Yeah.
but it can pick up like ammo boxes, but at a decreased rate.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
You know what?
Thank you.
not as spammy as it was before. Because I will not lie, I have, with a very high skilled spy who knew how to use a Dead Ringer, he died legitimately 5 times in a span of a minute. And no matter how
And
much,
that's why the speed
left.
boost is broken, because if the speed boost was broken with the ammo pickup, that's why I was like, oh my god, they're just making spy infinitely overpowered, because the speed boost just makes it so that you can get to those ammo packs even faster, and you literally do not stop running at a very high speed.
I would say consider it's a very bad idea to remove it completely, because to be fair, even if you activate your Dead Ringer, any soldier who's worth his salt, and let me say it's an easy class to play by perspective in my opinion, that he would be able to just predict within a certain radius of splash damage, and even if it doesn't show where you are, if he hits like once and you're low on you will die. I would still suggest a speed boost, but it would be based upon the area of effect. Say, like, wherever you activate the Dead Ringer, you will have infinite speed boost in there, so you can dash around people in the middle of a fray of bullshit. But the moment you leave that radius, you're back to normal speed. So it will either force you to A, hang around where you decloaked and be like very clever and wait for the right moment, or B, you can go to the max radius of your deployed cloak and then slow down. So you're not stuck in the intermediate of a clusterfuck, but you're not given a longevity of speed to be able to just grab a full ammo pack after immediate decloak.
Or you can make it where you just can't pick up ammo packs while you're spas. That sounds like a simple solution.
That's why I said decrease the amount you pick up and disable dispenser recharge.
I don't like the idea of the second area around where you can walk, because it doesn't seem scalable. I don't like that idea.
That's true.
I don't like it's just absolute. You have to deal with it.
Well, that's more of an added
effect.
effect. That's more of an added effect of opinion. I'm just saying that at least half the distance you can fully travel while cloaked should be speedy, just to get out of there and not be splashed and murdered and basically be like dead instantly anyways. What's the point? And not enough to be like, oh, I can reach that large ammo pack halfway across the map, recharge instantly by the time I walk back, kind of deal.
Yeah, maybe So one thing we could do with the speed boost is make it I think the speed boost is very powerful when you're using it out of cloak. I've noticed, like, it's very, very powerful because you can get back steps left and right with considerable, ease.
Yes, but anyone with a decent headset and spatnal awareness, or even like a couple brain cells, could hear the I shall repeat myself, the sound of a screaming eagle being crushed by a steamroller.
That's it.
Alright, so are we all good with the Dead Rainer?
I think so, yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, so we're talking about what, your eternal reward now?
Yes, let's move on to your eternal reward.
Okay, I want to talk about this.
So do I.
I don't like the changes to it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Okay, so it kind of defeats the whole purpose of it.
Exactly.
Here's the thing: you didn't have the disguise kit. That was the whole point of it. It was a challenge. Now it's not challenging. It's just like it's more of a crutch now. Actually, it
is. It actually is, because now you're rewarded for just doing the things you're supposed to do anyway.
Yeah.
It's like the Diamondback, ladies and gentlemen. Overpowered loadout 2018 Diamondback, your eternal reward. And of course, Inviswatch.
I don't disguise with it because I like the old way it was used. So
I disguise with it. I got to admit, it's just the easier way. I mean,
I don't disguise with it because I just want to have a challenge rather than, well, a handicap to my skill.
Well, it does greatly decrease your usage of cloak, which may be a detrimental to your success in some cases.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you disguise and spawn, it doesn't actually remove any cloak.
Yeah.
Actually, if you use
they should change that.
Cloak and dagger. If you use the cloak and dagger, actually, you do not leave disguise at all. And honestly, if you kill someone right afterwards, you get their ammo pack. You recharge your cloak and dagger. So honestly, it's like good for camping, I guess. But
but like
design
isn't
was
that kind
to be stocky.
Yeah, with a cloak and dagger, it's
your skill. Did you just say dagger?
I said cloak and dagger.
But isn't it
dagger? Okay, so
there you go. God,
it's so fast though with the with just the cloak and dagger. It's
but you can camp with it.
You can camp with it, but that's basically it.
You can sit in one spot the entire match, and if you're good at hiding, nobody will find you.
Yeah,
you can do that without even having to move.
If only the cloak drain affected the cloak and dagger in such a way that it would actually be ineffective with cloak and dagger.
Okay, so are we done with the eternal reward or no?
Oh no, I've still got my 2 cents to throw in it. Like they destroyed your cloak speed, so now you can't really rely on maneuverability. You're basically forced to use the Latranger if you want to have regular invisibility. And with the cloak and dagger, it's good for camping, but now they've made it so that you basically, if you're got to run away from someone cloaked, you got nowhere to run because it's so short. And they buffed. They did this basically to help the new players, the noobs of the game. The newer players now can disguise at will, but they totally nerfed the pro players. And they buffed the rookies with this, and that's not what they should do with any of the weapons.
Well, no. I mean, I can see why they do that because they want new players to come in. That's why they did it. So they want them to stay when they play 5.
There's no challenge.
But that's gonna get new players in the game. They don't care about like the pro players with the your eternal reward because nobody used it in competitive. It's not a good knife there because everyone there is pretty competent and they're gonna know, oh hey, that heavy just turned into a scout. So I mean,
it's not good in comp.
Because everyone uses it in pubs only. That's I mean, that's as simple as it gets.
Disguises.
And what do new players do? They play in pubs. So I mean, it kind of makes sense for them to do that.
Disguises don't really have much in the upper play in Team Fortress 2, like the higher skill, because the thing called communication can completely devastate a spy as long as someone keeps an eye out and is aware of any fishy shit going down.
Okay, can I just quickly say something?
Yeah.
This is about the update in general. This is the second free-to-play update.
Yeah.
This is the update that brought people back into TF2.
They even added a meme hand.
Yeah, it's not even that good of a weapon, like, for me.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Yager.
But, like, how would we fix this? Like, keeping the same effect it had previously?
What, your initial reward? Many people have suggested
that. Oh, come on.
Revert the changes with the longer prick, but then just keep the regular weapon, you know. with that.
Just keep the regular epic.
Well, I mean, the Wanga prick is just a reskin of it. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
just like revert
well,
the changes.
you know
back
what?
to
They
that
should
one.
add strangifiers to it. That's what I think.
You know what? We need a Strangifier for the Eureka effect, but that's just me.
What?
Heck yeah. How many times do you just teleport back and forth?
Pointless teleports.
Back.
Pointless
Okay.
teleports.
I have a
Captain.
pro chaos Eureka.
Are we done with all
Yeah,
the spy
I think
weapons
so.
now?
I think so.
Hey, should we talk about the Diamondback? Just if you
we
guys have any
spend-
opinions on it.
I think I've already gone over it, like over the whole thing.
They
So,
didn't touch the Diamondback yet. They did.
Okay, you
crap
know,
to the
here
ambassador.
they didn't. I thought, okay, you know, I have to do this. Okay, it's awful. It's like giving. Okay, so it's. I don't.
It
I can't
carries
explain
you if you win.
No,
It's like-
it's rewarding you for something you should already be doing. That's not what you should get. Like, so how do I explain this? Because
It shouldn't
can't
be
do it.
more
Oh my
powerful
God.
than a revolver in normal combat.
Oh my god. Okay, Thalos, I'm gonna have to delete that first message you posted. Because that's considered offensive, so.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so, it's like giving a child a treat for doing homework. It doesn't make sense because
Actually, that makes
they're
a lot
doing
of
what
sense.
they're supposed to do. So
Exactly.
It actually
it
makes a lot
doesn't
of
make
sense.
sense.
It incentivizes to play the way
That was
we
a raccoon.
play.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna say
That's
it.
a horrible
'cause
analogy.
It's a my yeah. I know my analogy's awful, but no,
Okay.
no, Thalos. I don't want to. Okay, it's deemed racist what you said originally.
Okay, let's go
The issue
on.
with-
I'm on to the new weapons now, so let's go on with just like the second banana. Let's start with that.
It's good for roamer heavies, but if you have a medic sandwich, that's all I have to say.
Oh
Yeah.
no! In my opinion, the second banana is gonna replace sandwich because because it's faster. It's faster, and that's what matters in quick play, as in quick competitive play where you don't have much time to do stuff. Banana is faster. Banana is better, and you're oftentimes not trying to recover all of your HP. You're just trying to recover enough to get out, and then you get
no
back to your med.
sandwich.
Huh?
What, yeah.
What?
I was like, nerf sandwich. Make it so then the second banana is like nerfed as well. And then there's a reason to use both.
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna head out.
Okay,
Okay.
see ya.
See you around.
Take
there.
care.
Let's get
Happy
talk.
Hanukkah, guys. Happy Hanukkah.
Okay. Second banana is I think we stated this in the last commentary. It's really good for
But like,
what was it? The
It is-
defense or offense heavy? You guys weren't there for that part.
I would have to say defensive because offensive of sandwich would just be absolutely best. Defensively, it's basically soft heals. It's not fully. It's not as quick and as potent as a sandwich could heal, but it is by spatinal amount. Not spatinal. What's the word I'm looking for? It is by determined amount and a lot faster. So instead of a full heal per sandwich, you can heal like soft damage instead of being like, oh, this is not enough damage for a banana, so I can take cover while my team does something.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go on with the hot hand. Oh man, the meme hand.
Well, a hot
I
topic.
don't have it brought up. What does the hot hand do? I forgot. I know it's like the holy mackerel. It has.
Yes and no. It does have the every time you hit someone, it counts it out loud in the server. But it is movement
good.
speed on hit and reduced damage.
Yeah.
But that's not really effective though. You're already like
Yeah,
you're
that's just because it's a meme.
you're
You need
decently
to-
fast class.
Basically, you need to get like 6 to I think 7 to 8 hits to kill like 200 health people because of how low the damage is. And even if you start slapping faster, it would actually be hilarious enough for me. But it's not fast.
Yeah.
slap. Because all
Make
that
it where it like turns into the eviction notice if you slap enough times. That'd be amazing.
I don't know, guys.
I
What
s-
if- Oh, you go.
I would have to say that it should have something like the gunslinger, where if you slap 5 times, the final one is just a straight backhand, like a critical backhand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or mini critical.
That make
So-
it more of a meme. Make it viable, but still easily memeable.
Oh yeah, no. It doesn't do enough damage. Even if it was a mini crit damage, it still wouldn't be enough. It'd just save you one extra slap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, make it well. Maybe like kind of the gunslinger. Every 3 hits, of get like a mini crit. This is like, add to the pain when you die to a mini crit.
No, I don't think every 3, every 5, because it's clearly a meme weapon. If you hit the 5th time, whoever is at the 5th slap deserves it. They deserve it. If your face
It's the
that long.
first slap, and it'd be per player, not like per hit, like the gun.
And consider that the engineer has 125 HP naturally. 3 hits is a lot more likely of his life expectancy than a pyro who has like 175.
Onto the gas passer. Haven't seen that in a while, actually, to be honest.
And it's honestly, it can be described as one thing. It's MVM God. That is it.
Yes,
Yeah.
MVM God. It's amazing on cluster.
I will say that I design around it in MVM. I don't know how or what they thought in casual or competitive it would have any goddamn purpose. Like, aside from pyros can now be afterburned. But in MVM, there is literally one upgrade for it. I think it's 400. Yeah, it's 400. It's 400
And it's
cap.
too good.
You throw it, it detonates if it hits anything solid enough, and it explodes in fire, and everything is caught on fire if it
It's
survives.
too good. It's so good.
It instantly melts a swarm of robots that are clumped together, kills robot medics that are small, and pretty much recharges near instantly, unless you get the upgrade where it recharges. So by the time you throw it, there's always at least 1/8 already recharged in between the span of flying towards its target, and then when it's done, it's fully charged. And you could just literally play Pyro where you throw gas cans.
Mm-hmm. All right,
It's
so
straight no joke.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem. It seems kind of boring. Like, it doesn't have much purpose besides on MVM, because it's only effective on very large amounts. It needs to be more effective on a per player basis.
I agree, because I thought about it. Like, it's basically the damage built on how much fire damage is done, or sorry, the charge is built on how much fire damage is done, is pretty much similar to the flog. So I assumed maybe they'd be a great combo together. Basically, you build up, you gas can people, then you taunt and run in. It doesn't
Gas
really.
can pyros and then use the critical on the pyros.
Yeah, no, that's not the thing though. Like, afterburn isn't a critical; it's the initial damage. Afterburn, like bleed, cannot be critical. So basically, what's the point of throwing a gas can and going flog when you could just and then flog more, then flog again? Maybe if you feel like it, you could make the sniper up top feel very uncomfortable by throwing a jug of, I don't know, urine.
Gasoline.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, so how about let's just move on from this. Do you guys finish up? Or?
Yeah, it just needs to be more viable for general pub.
Yeah, casual play, it needs to be like upped or something. I don't know. Maybe even large. Yes, maybe 2 gas cans, long recharge. I don't know. But the only way I could see even being efficient, which is like in the dumbest sense possible, is to literally counter the Darwin's Danger seal. Because I have tested it with someone, it ignores the Darwin's Danger immunity to afterburn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about the thermal thruster? I see this the most, other than the Dragon's Fury.
That is an extended tool of the detonator. It's a flashy detonator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Without the cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, I only see this with pyros that are trying to meme it out, or they'll have a pocket medic with them, and they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna destroy the server," which usually it turns out to be a success. Actually,
It does. It does.
yeah, I really don't like how pyros can just stomp the whole server, and all you need is a pocket medic, really.
What you need to counter is a heavy or an engineer, and usually heavies are dead because they're too dumb to realize you need to give them a wide girth of, I can't reach you yet. Hanging around corners like an idiot is pretty much a grave to you nowadays. So that's why, as an engineer, I've required to move my sentries in more unorthodox locations. So when a pyro's like, aha, I'm going to flank, no, rockets and like 87 damage of bullets out of my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on with the Dragon's Fury. Thalos, I actually just want to ask how this is with you as an NG main, because I noticed that I could do 75 damage per shot on any building.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that noise. Like, fuck it straight out the ass and out the window. Pardon my French, but screw that baguette-wielding little sapping sucker. Get flamethrowers like that should not do burst damage on buildings. That is absurd. That is the absurd. Like, my level 3, fully deployed and wrangled, a pyro literally peaks, sets me on fire, and shoots through my sentry. So not only am I damaged, but my sentry is. So I back up. But he still has like the ability to spam that shit. I don't know what it is. There's a hidden stat. There is a hidden stat. I swear to God that a sentry can't be burned, but since it was a consecutive shot, not even the fact that you're on fire, it increases the fire rate. So no matter how strong your sentry is, no matter how much you wrangled and ready to pick it up, no, it doesn't matter. He literally melts through it. I've seen like 4 flames, 4 puffs is still more than enough to melt the building, because it still counts as consecutive and still counts the building apparently on fire. There's something wrong. It's a bug, in my opinion. It should not be able to melt the building. It should literally do the base 25 damage, not the 75, when hitting a sentry or building, because buildings are not on fire. That the weapon is built to burn people who are on fire hotter, not a building that is immune to like most bullet damage.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just imagine being a soldier versus that, and then being a pyro. It's basically the same when it comes to that.
There's no nerf to it. The only reason why it's like bad. The only reason why it is like nerfed is because it requires more aim than a flamethrower. That's about it.
Yeah, my reward skill, but you know.
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's broken. It's broken.
Yeah, I just stated.
It's the diamondback of pyro.
No, it's not the diamondback of pyro. It's just bullshit broken. The damage is huge. The damage is too huge. The removed afterburn, that's good. That's understandable.
Yeah, that would make it good.
But like, it's way too powerful. It literally 2 shots people.
Mm-hmm.
Like consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Want to know something really disgusting? Here's my combo when I play with the Dragon's Fury. Scorch shot, Dragon's Fury. Why? The after of the Scorch shot lasts longer than a Dragon's Fury, and it's a great initiator, and then you just whip out and pull 75 damage, poof, out the ass immediately.
See, you're Satan, and you know what I have done? I've done the right thing and not done any of the contracts to get any of the new weapons, because that's what kind of good person I am.
Yeah,
how else will you get the hand?
I don't want to meme with the hand. That's stupid.
I'm a collector.
I still died as some pyros that are using like the temporary borrowed Dragon's Fury and stuff. It's like you only get a limited time offer with it to do your contracts or something. I don't know. It always has a clock next to it. That's what I see.
It just needs to be, not as effective at its job. Like maybe reduce its damage as well as maybe its like extra damage on burning players. And
No, if I could say anything, its projectile needs to be corrected. Its hitbox is wonky.
Its hitbox is huge. Its hitbox is huge.
It compensates way too much automatically, as well as that it somehow counts buildings as
people.
When you're burning players. My machines are like an AI I built. It is not the people. AI is not human. We're not going into this whole soul is real debate.
Do robots have
25 damage, please, sir? 25 damage to my buildings, not 75 immediately, just because I got caught on fire.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they did that, they'd be able to balance it out better. I mean, like, if there's a pyro coming around with that, just get a mini sentry up, because then it'd take 4 hits to kill the thing.
Not many sentry, but a full level 3 can melt in like seconds. Like shit, 3 seconds of consecutive fire. Peak fire, gone.
4 shots are heavy.
Gone. Like the wrangle is only good for one thing at that point. Is either to block the first 3 shots so it doesn't die, so you can rescue ranger it out of there. That is the only purpose, because considering that the Sigafu switch is no longer a viable tactic, healing that thing while it's being melted is not going to be enough. I tested this. 4 shots, regardless of how you fire rescue ranger, will not be enough to save it. It will die, no matter how much. The damage is way too high.
Yeah. Okay, so are we all good with all the new weapons?
I have one quick statement though for people who don't.
Shot kill.
is that if you wear the Pyrovision goggles or visit Pyroland and use the Dragon's Fury, it is basically a rainbow cannon.
Done today is we've reviewed all of the changes in weapon changes from the Jungle Inferno update. We've reviewed literally almost everything, other than the things that we're not really interested in, that didn't really make a huge effect. We've talked lots about it, and so I hope you've all had a good time watching this. I hope you've all taken something out of this and even developed your own opinions. In fact, if you have any opinions on what you think about the Inferno update, how it affected people and how it affected the weapons, go ahead and comment it down below. Thank you all for watching this stream. Tune in for next week, and have a good day, everyone.